Welcome back to Anno 117 Pax Romana, the preview version that I am currently playing on, the press release. Now, as I said in the first video, I'm not going to be doing daily releases or anything like that, just so you guys are aware. And I guess this kind of proves that point. I'm going to take this nice and easy so that I don't end up burning myself out on it, basically. Anyhow, where we were at the end of the last episode was that we were looking at the statistics screen, and I did build fishery for the little lack of sardines we have, but I also discovered that we need more production of tunics and pileus. I don't know what the plural would be of that. Pilea? Something like that. Probably. Maybe one of you or some of you are more proficient in Latin than I am. Let's just say that my Latin is sorely lacking. What does this button do? Oh. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's that. Okay. So looking at the city currently, these are fairly high up in the city, and all the game is paused currently. You may have noticed. I'm thinking that it might actually be a good idea to do this, and then move them further down currently. Then we can move these back here. Because of the... I'm not going to build a road, because of the radius here, because that means I can build... Yeah, I can do this. And this. Of course, we do need a warehouse. So... let's go with the same location, I think. I'd like it to look there we go. And then we can start the game up again. Now we are going to need a place for the villa. I'm kind of thinking that it should fit in there. Yes, it should. So let's just reserve that little location there for our villa for now. And then this one is ready for finalization.
The workers have salvaged something from under that ruin.
Thank you, Ben Balian. Get some wood. This one should be done.
Goodbye, Ambrosia. Hello, Juliana.
Indeed. What the heck is this? Okay. Well, I did plan on building a couple more buildings, so should be fine. There we go. There's a...
Lucius and I have wonderful memories of tranquil sanctuaries, the scholarly haunts of Ambrosia.
There is a brazen
If you're
bull.
not too busy, we look forward to a trip down memory lane.
Yes, Imperatrix. This is an idol dedicated...
You need a villa, Ere? Essential in demonstrating your control of an island.
You guys done?
My own villa? I'm not sure I've earned that yet.
No. Oh. So... an idol, would be Anne, dedicated to Jupiter Ocassus, creator and destroyer of worlds. So, yeah. Perhaps it once adorned a palace garden, raising its proud head among trimmed hedges. Perhaps it is a nod to the island kings and their less than
Your city
refined...
is growing, and the chance of an incident with it. Build institutions to better deal with such incidents.
And their less than refined methods of questioning. There is nothing left inside but ash. It could come in handy if you ever need to impress someone. Yeah, fire guard probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. There. The building sizes of these are interesting. This doesn't really cover that much, but we can always... Wait, did I delete the buildings instead of actually moving them? Yes. That wasn't exactly the plan. Could have sworn I moved them. Or maybe I actually moved... That's what I did, I think. I did think I moved the buildings up. You can laugh and have fun on my expense for that. Now the other place I think I want a fire guard is here. Not military building. Yeah, I know I can find the villa there, so... This, and 2 roads there, and 2 roads. Make it symmetrical. Then we also need residences there. Move these guys over here, and we can move one there and build a final one there. These should be covered by, well, we probably are going to need more marketplaces and taverns. Although it's not going to be too easy to fit them in, to be honest. That might work, and that might work. And then we need to start building tilers. That means we need, for what I'm planning, we need 2 river slots. I do like to have a little bit extra production rather than too little. Can build a bridge across, well, I suppose there. And then I'm gonna have to change this road. And then this requires 3 plebeians each. So 1 and 2. Any of these ruins that I can... Yeah, these I can remove. Yeah, that seems to be it. We're also going to require charcoal for this. So... I mean, this doesn't look like a horrible place. It's very unlikely that I'm going to build anything up here in the near future anyhow, so we can do that. And then we need a warehouse. I suppose that's a good a spot as any. Enable the diagonal construction, not destruction. And there. Yeah, that looks good. Now we only need to wait for these to produce some clay and some charcoal, and then I can start putting down tilers. Derelict market can now be cleared. Gives us some emaciated survivors.
We have made a discovery under the debris of Ambrosia.
They must have been in there for a long time.
By Pluto, Ere. They must have been mured beneath the ruins for generations, living on run water and rat offal.
Sounds delicious.
Perhaps the fate of Juliana will differ from that of Ambrosia before it.
Okay, he seems to be done. Now we have this Ashen Bakery.
I've seen the volcano on the horizon. That debris traveled a really long way.
The people still occasionally find pieces of pumice from the eruption. Floating stones, Ere, if you can imagine.
Carbonized bread. Okay. Who knows whose hands shaped this elegant loaf? A nimble-handed servant making fresh sourdough loaves for Ambrosia's richest families, or a proud baker of the Collegium, working fast to feed an entire city? It is but charcoal now. Why would I want to hold on to that? I don't know. Let's just have a quick look here. Again, we need more fish. And clothes. We need another hemp farm and another tunic maker. Might as well go ahead and make more sheep farm. Yeah. I did not mean to copy you or move you. I meant to copy you. There we go. And then I suppose we can just as well go ahead and make another oat farm as well. I doubt we have any oats. We do, so we can actually just go ahead and put down another porridge stand. And then we need another hemp farm. Would like to have the opportunity to build a road behind that. Oh, that's 60, so that's good. How much hemp do we have in storage? 9. And then a sheep farm. Yeah, I think I'll go with that location there. I do believe the it doesn't cover the outskirts of the city. Then again, they are covered anyways, so I'm guessing we're gonna build in that direction. Do a little bit of counting here. I want that to be in the middle. Not if I can. That is not what I had in mind, game. I mean, it looks impressive, but let's turn off that so that I actually get a straight road. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that goes down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can build problem is that won't cover. I think I'm gonna do this instead. There's a little bit of variation as well. $21.10, that's good. Now we do want to have another bridge going over there. if I delete that little piece of road, can I make... yes. I think that looks okay. So let's disable the diagonal construction again. I probably will have a little bit of an issue with this, but I am going to build it there. Like that. That road might actually then be redundant. Let's do like that. Delete that piece of road and these pieces of road. And now that way I might be able to fit all 4 of the tilers on this little island here. I would like a bit more charcoal first. In actuality, I need another charcoal burner, to be honest, but finding a spot for that is necessarily the most convenient thing in the world. That warehouse is a tad far away. That hits the river slot. This goes down here. Now we can build another charcoal burner. There. How far? Yeah, that is the... Do it without actually building it there. Although that is fine, actually. Gives us access to another river slot and a mountain slot whenever that comes. And I can also access the river slot. No, that is on the other side of the river. Never mind. This one too. It might be better to move this a little bit over there. There is room for a bridge there, but I'm not going to build that right now. Question is, can I build a... No, I probably definitely cannot there. That's about the best I can do, to be honest. Maybe this will be a good place for the villa instead. Now that's...
I assure you, it is so neat and tidy here.
That looks good enough. One.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Yeah, we need more plebeians, of course. There we go. Okay, now the big question is, does that allow me to build a fire station? Yes, it does. So we're going to build a fire station there. We're going to have a road, because these things do definitely cause fires. There we go.
Some of the necessary materials haven't reached us.
They really want me to build the villa. Yes. Okay. Not sure what I'm missing a straight connection to, but didn't tell me either, so... No warehousing range. That's a minor problem. That looks like a good spot. Okay, we have enough sardines, we have enough porridge, we have enough well, when they start building, we have enough tunics and we have enough Peleuses. I'm wondering if I should actually... No, because the villa does have... Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move these buildings up there. I'm going to remove the road here. And then let's build this villa. I don't think we have the materials for it yet because it requires tiles, but it can be there.
If an island is invaded, your villa will be the main target. I'd say place it far from the coast.
Yeah, I'm not really that bothered about that right now. I believe it can be moved. You also want to make or build city walls around it and stuff like that, defenses, etc., etc. Can we move this little piece of road? And we can make a road connection there, even though it is wholly unnecessary at the current moment.
No fuel to keep the fire from dying away.
There we go. All of our 4 tilers are now working. Good. Means that the next thing we need to be focusing on is making bread. This is one of those interesting chains. Not that complicated though. It's basically the same as in Anno 1800. You have 2 wheat farms to 1 flour mill. But I do kind of think that it was 212, whereas here it's 211. Or... no, it is 212. It also requires charcoal, but... even though I've not completely understood that, because it says 30 seconds on the processing time, but if we look at the charcoal in here, we still have 2. There's only 2 in use, even though I have 4 tilers, and they are as... no, that would actually work, because they work at 1 minute each. So one of these is actually enough for 4 of these. Okay, let's see if we can find some location for the farms then. Let's do that, and put a farm there. Okay, and then I want a road there.
I need a field to toil on.
Okay, I need to delete a little bit of the fields down here to fill this in. There we go. Diagonal construction again. Let's make it the same way the other one. And turn off diagonal construction, make a road go up that way. slightly inconvenient that I lack 4 fields. I'm just going to build them up there and be satisfied with that, I suppose. And we need a warehouse here. Then we need to stock up a bit on wheat before we build the grain mill. That guy has already gone all the way over there with the wheat apparently, but that's fine. Let's build a villa.
Your first soldiers think they're ready. I dare say the beginning of a mighty legion?
Not sure about that. With a whooping 2 garrison auxilia. Sure.
Something for your consideration, Ere.
Recruitment buildings allow you to recruit military units. Each unit class has unique strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, the usual rock, scissor, papers with cavalry, archers, and infantry. You can encamp units to heal their hit points and to decrease their maintenance cost, and protecting the villa is imperative. And here's where the walls and towers will keep most invaders at bay, though they can be destroyed by siege weapons such as onagers. Basically was the Roman equivalent of a catapult. Although I'm sure most of you already knew that. Now I'm gonna take that district and move it up here. Which means we need to build new houses there. I'm also going to take that district and move it to there, and this district and move that to there. We want the houses around the villa, because for those of you who did play Anno 1800, the villa kind of serves like the, you see specialist slots, kind of serves like the, what was it, trade unions? In Anno 1800, you could put specialists in here, and it has a rather large zone of influence. I could actually move it further down and it would cover most of the houses. But yeah, for now let's just keep it like that. Then I do want to upgrade these buildings. Not sure what you're missing. Yeah, but you're getting that from probably not the pub, but you're getting the market. Yeah, there we go. Let's copy these and put a copy of them there. Also build that fire station so that we don't get a raging, roaring inferno up here. For those of you who do remember my Anno 1800 series, you know that it's rather inconvenient when the entire city starts burning down around you and so forth. I'm wondering if I should... Actually, yeah, I think I should move these guys up here temporarily and... move those down there, move these two over here. Still have enough coverage. Yep. There is a river slot there. Upgrade these. And now, I think we're gonna move those over there. And then we can move these guys down there. And we want to build a sanctuary, which is the temple. I'm just going to delete that road. Yep.
Time religious belief in your city was shaped to your advantage, Ere.
And this is when we get to the patron deities. So now we have to click here. And currently we can select between Ceres, who obviously is the god of fertility and fields. We can select Neptune, the god of, or the lord of the waves, and Mars, the god of war. As we progress through the tech tree, we will also be able to open Minerva, Mercury, Lugus, and then Epona and Cernunnos are Gaelic, or Albionic, not sure, deities. I've found that for my playstyle, since I tend to build a lot, Ceres is the best option for me. Just to quickly explain this, you can see here that they have two, let's move that, they have two lines here, one above, one below. The one above gives you productivity bonus to whatever they are increasing productivity of. In Ceres's instance, that is bread, or rather the entire chain of bread, the chain of porridge, the chain of wine, the chain of beer, and the chain of olive oil. As for the second lower bonus, which you get on 4 spots here, it's an additional population. So you go from +1 to +4, depending on how much devotion you have in your city. We're currently at 592. So to get 11,000 devotion, or 4 population, we would need 11,000 devotion, which is quite a bit. Neptune increases production of sardines, garum, oysters with caviar, by the way, cockles, and seashells. And he does reduce the upkeep cost and increase the hit points of your ships. Whereas Mars increases the production of weapon chain, sandal chain, armor chain, and also charcoal in itself. Same here, 10% plus per each diamond you reach. And then also you get plus 10% morale, minus 10% workforce is needed, and 10% upkeep cost reduction. Blah. Also, each of these, as you may notice, have a maximum shrine thing, so for every time you reach one of these, you're allowed to build a shrine to the god. Oh, there's 5 of them. Didn't see the last one there. 25,000 devotion is the maximum you can reach on an island. We're going to use Ceres as the patron deity of this island.
It is simply a divine choice. Your people will delight in lighting their lamps for.
Of course. Now, globally, there are some other effects here that I haven't really looked into, but yeah, these are some interesting things. Invocation, veneration, and exaltation. Haven't looked at this yet, so I'm not sure entirely how this works, but I'm guessing that we need to have 1,000 devotion to get the first, and that will allow me to build the shrine at 1,000. When we reach the veneration at 4,000, that will, for instance, for Ceres's sake, or in her case, it'll give us 50% more field modules, which then in turn increases the productivity by another 50%. Here we have a special group type in Latium, the Murmillo Gladiator, and Poseidon, or Neptune, gives buildings near cisterns additional belief. As for the exaltation belief or effect, we can get 300 tons more storage limit on all islands. That is very good. +1 offense and +1 defense for all troops. That is also very good. And 10% speed on all ships. All of these are obviously very good. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with series, to be honest.
Ambrosia's Sanctuary and the Saturnalia of 71. I recall your lavender-scented Stola. Such fun we had.
You're thinking of Fausta, dear. The nymph who thought she had prospects because you were drunk.
Oh, I had forgotten. Honeysuckle, can you forgive me?
I already have, oh husband of mine.
Honeysuckle. Well done. Yes. And we turn into a major imperial city.
Awkward.
Yes, it was. Apparently we opened the last building chain in the Plebeian chain, which is amphora and olive oil. Now we do not have olive fertility on this island, so we're going to have to find an island that has that. Now we have 4 various things going on up here. I'm going to ignore this one because I happen to know that we need a specific item if we want to actually hold a festival. But yeah, let's have a look at the tutorial for income.
Make a suggestion?
I mean, provide needs to your population that contribute to your income. Income attribute is the main way to gain denarii. We've been through this a bit. Buildings have maintenance costs, yes. They can be paused, yes. And we can also do the usual passive trade and stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, we already did design a patron god. And Lucius requires our help.
Marcius, I know how incredibly busy you must feel, but my divine Julia's birthday approaches, and nothing is in place. No garum, for example. Imagine, banquets without garum are as reeds without sound. No, we must have our garum. You will supply it, Governor, a sample of the first fruit of Juliana for my senator friends. The ripest and most pungent on offer.
The garum will be delivered to Villa Augusta before you know it, Emperor.
Oh, and another thing, Marcius. The decorative drapes. Julia adores a birthday drape. And don't we all?
I don't currently have any drape productions, Emperor.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to. No, these drapes could only have been woven by the wonderful women of Lily Bayonne. Go introduce yourself to Valeria. She'll have them and more.
Okay. Valeria seems to be down here.
The princess is one carefree child, sailing by dawn and dusk, knowing no one can stop her from snooping.
Indeed. Yeah, well, first of all, I think getting bread and garum production is going to be the priority for now. We should have enough, well, yes, we definitely have enough wheat for that. Let's put down a flour mill, or a grain mill, and then we can put up 2 bakeries up here. When that is done. Meanwhile, garum is one of those bizarre building chains, like 1 minute for the mackerel, 30 seconds.
Demands a tribute. Hand me those solidi. Don't be shy.
Of course you do. 30 seconds for the salt, and 1 minute 30 for the garum itself.
This is an urgent request from the Emperor. He will not wait forever for your answer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pay him. A lone slave bears the almighty burden of your chest of coins, possibly as punishment for some misdemeanor, although with Lucius you can never be sure. The Emperor leaves without further elaboration on his intentions for your hard-earned denarii.
Good.
Okay, let's
So,
put...
Ben Barlian, was that normal? That the Emperor asked for money on such short notice?
I'm glad you had a lot of stuff to tell me about that, Benbalion. Put down a mackerel and a salt pond. There's a warehouse there, which is why I'm placing it here. Means we can also get us some garum. Both of these produce more than we need for 1 garum works, so that's fine. Now, generally, the way that I try to do this when I have to calculate this manually is that I go by the highest one and then divide it by the lowest one. So in this case, it is 90 seconds, 60 seconds, and 30 seconds, which means that 2 of these is 180 seconds, and this one would be 120 seconds, and this one would be 60 seconds. Now, I do happen to know that we need salt for other things as well. I believe we need it for sandals. Yep. So you don't need that much garum. 120, 90, 180. Yeah, if you want to build a full chain of this, you're going to have a lot of them. Let's just put it that way. And you don't need that much production of them. Let's just have enough salt and mackerel that we can build a garum works. We should have some flour now. I'd like to have 10 though. The garum works is a different story. We don't really need a lot of the mackerel and salt. Since this takes 1 minute 30 and this takes 1 minute, it means that eventually the salt and mackerel will fill up as long as I just build one of them. Now, do notice this. You get this diamond thing now, because this building has both a positive and a negative effect. It gives +1 income, but it also gives -2 happiness. You can see the happiness up here. This is something that we will be going through in the next episode because we're running out of time for this one. So I don't really want to build this near my housing. I want to build it somewhere outside of the city, to be honest. It's not that relevant for income and happiness for these buildings. Matter of fact, I don't think it's relevant at all for those buildings, but I definitely don't need that 1 income when it takes away 2 happiness, because this is a lot of happiness and would bring us like 70. It's -150 happiness, and we're currently 126. So that would put us at minus happiness, which, well, let's just say I don't want that. I think we can put the garum works there. This thing is probably going to be overloaded with delivery wagons. As for bread, we're still waiting on flour, but we're getting there. In the next episode, I will be placing down the Grammaticus, so we will unlock the research tree. I'm not going to bother opening it right now. We do have a little bit of island knowledge, which means we can research a little bit. The research tree is open, but we'll get a heck of a lot more knowledge when we put down the Grammaticus, so I don't see the point in going into that since we're basically at the end of the episode anyways. The only thing that I really would like to do, yeah, 8, that'll be fine. So let's put down a couple of bakeries. Like so. And on that note, I think that is a very, very good spot to end this episode. So, yeah. If you have any questions and or comments, then please, as per always, feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I will try my best to answer any questions you might have within the restrictions that is put on me, since this is still in the preview period. And if you do not have any questions or comments, as per usual, it is also very much appreciated if you just leave a little emoji or something down there to help out with the algorithm deities of YouTube. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.